Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is this part 2 of how I store my extra food, the things that I have in my stockpile, how do I store them. So I will link the other video, the first one, at the end of this one, or maybe in the end screen or the end card, one of those two. So anyway, I did a first one, and that was the fridges, the freezers. Yeah, but this one is going to be the pantries. So I have a working pantry, which is in my kitchen. And then we have our stockpile, which is the backup for everything else, in a different location. And I will show you those things. Now, I don't want you to be discouraged if you maybe have a smaller space, or you might be thinking, I don't have anywhere to put all of this stuff. But I think for the most part, there are so many places you could store food, on top of your refrigerator. Some people have couches that, gotta put my coffee down. Some people have couches that are, this far off the ground. Oh, hold on, about this far off the ground, or even taller. You could get some of those plastic containers, and sometimes they're cloth now. You can get them on Amazon, and fill those up and put them under your couch. You can do under beds. You can do in closets. There's so many things you can do. I read a comment of a lady who, they only go on vacation once a year. So she would use her, hold on, what's the word? Suitcase. She would use the suitcases and the bags that they had. And that would be her extra food storage, which I thought was amazing, because she clearly had room, for the luggage. And so she would just put all of the food stuff, lay it out. And then while they were on vacation, she would use the luggage and put it back whenever she got home. I just thought that was genius. But let me show you what I have going on and some of the things I want to change. And then I will come back and we'll kind of talk about everything else. All right. So this is the pantry in my kitchen. So this is what I'm calling my working pantry. So up here, I have several, this is kind of a tight space. I'm sorry, guys. Up here, I have some glass jars full of flour, all kinds of different baking stuff. I've got these little baskets that hold also baking stuff. And I don't care if the baskets match necessarily. I probably wouldn't put like a hot pink and a, to where it totally clashes, but I don't care if it really matches. It just needs to be functional. And then you'll notice I've got a lot of glass jars. Some of them are just things that something else had come in, and others of them I purchased. Some of them are just like little canning jars. And okay, so I wanted to tell you something. I have down here, I've got some sugar. Now, this is in a glass jar, but this is not a good idea, having a glass jar with your sugar in it, because if you have it for any length of time, it'll kind of solidify, and if you try to get it out, sometimes it'll break the glass. So what I'm looking for now is something maybe like a pretzel container or something like that, that's plastic, that I can like squeeze, or if I have a hard time getting it out, then it won't break, right? And then down here, a lot of my canned goods, these little plastic containers with cans in it, those are actually for your refrigerator, and they're for holding like Pepsi cans, soda cans, beer cans, whatever. But I use them for my canned goods because they're really handy, because I can put, I can stack them up and put them in the back, and these ones, what's in the back will roll forward. And so it's a handy way to use the first in, first out method. So that works out pretty well. And I try to keep it somewhat organized so that I know what's going on. Like this one is all of my mixes, just chili, spaghetti, fajitas, all of that kind of stuff. And down here is like the cooking stuff. So I've got the tomatoes, broth, some spaghetti sauce, let's see here. And over here is more the snack section. So crackers, some candies, nuts, sunflower seeds, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Down here I got some cereal. And these I did not have enough room for, so they are right here. But this is coming up due for very much a reorganization. And over on this side I have, let's see, I have the chips down here. But the rest of this is like non-food, like on this side. So paper products, and then all of my parchment paper, tin foil, you know, plastic silverware, blah, blah, blah. These are handy if I want to put anything in the freezer or do anything else. They're just amazing. Or they're also really handy during the holidays. And you can send stuff home with people in those, and you don't have to worry about getting them back. And over here we've just got coffee. Let's see, some extra juice, some waters down there, you know. And this, I have all my oils here, and some supplements, spices, all the way up. And so this, let me see if I can get out of here. And it's kind of narrow, but it is amazing, and I'm very thankful to have it. Now, if you don't have a pantry like this, there are some things like, hang on, all the way over here. If you have, see this space above my cupboards? A lot of kitchens have that. That would be really good to use that space if you had, you know, a handful of pretty baskets. You could utilize that space above there, and it would also work as decor. And you could also put something above your refrigerator. And hold on, I'm going to go this way. I just want to show you this. This is a china hedge, right? If you had something like this, you could put, say, dried things in your, okay, I had to turn that back around. All right. So what I was saying is, if you did have a china hutch or any kind of piece of furniture, whether it was a dresser, something like that, what you could do, even if it had like glass doors on the top, what you could do is put, say, beans, rice, lentils, those kinds of things in some jars and keep it that way. And even though you could see it, those kind of things look really nice. You know, you can make them look a little bit rustic or, you know, whatever. It just kind of adds to the ambiance of the dining room or the kitchen or whatever. And I think that would look really nice. And then also the space above there with some baskets or whatever. There's so many places around everybody's home to store stuff. We just got to get a little bit creative. Like I used to have stuff in shoe organizers. I had all kinds of stuff. I had boxes of rice-roni, ramen noodles, all kinds of stuff. Rice, bags of noodles. I used to have that kind of all over the house, in closets. So it's really important to just use a little bit of imagination. I know it sucks because a lot of times it's not going to be Pinterest worthy, but that's not the point. The point is just having that backup so that, you know, we have the feeling of being prepared, and we are prepared in case we need, you know, to have a backup of food, right? And you never know what that reason may be. It doesn't have to be the zombie apocalypse, you know. It could be our power goes out because of a natural disaster or any number of things. Maybe we wind up, you know, losing a job, and that backup food supply would be so helpful, and it would take a huge, you know, load of stress off to where you're not wondering, can I feed the babies? Can I feed the dogs? Can I, you know, you don't have that worry because you already have it. It's better than money in the bank with inflation. Serious. It's better than money in the bank. It's worth more. Anyway, okay. So I will show you my next one, my like backup stockpile here in just a minute. So this is part of our kind of our backup for our working pantry. And right here we've got a whole bunch of paper towels, toilet paper, party supplies, laundry supplies, all of that kind of stuff. And here we've got Ziplocs, paper plates, paper bowls, Kleenex, tin foil, all of that kind of stuff. And as you can see, these are just some homemade shelves that my husband made out of a whole bunch of stuff that we already had. So some of these are new pieces of wood, other pieces are cabinets that we took down, and my husband refashioned them. But what I wanted you to see is there's an assortment of things up here, but I know it might look like a little bit of chaos, but you know, it is fairly organized. Underneath there we've got, some cereal, some juice. This is what we fill our pantry in the kitchen with. And we've got baking stuff, quite a bit of canned goods, veggies, fruit, beans, rice. Got some Crisco back there. Crisco for cooking, but also you can use it. I haven't tried this, but they say you can use it for a light source. And so that's something. I haven't tried it, so I don't want to tout it too much, but that is what they say about it. Up there, I've got a whole bunch of like snack foods, junk foods, that kind of stuff. Because when I can find it on sale and I know it's stuff we're going to eat, I will pick it up because I'd rather buy it cheaply than, wait until it's full price, because I'm not going to buy it that way anyway. Anyway, we've got condiments, soups, honey. We got all kinds of stuff up here. Now, I do have a whole bunch of flour. And like I was saying earlier, I need to find some other jars to keep my sugar in. So this is a basket that we keep up here. So if I need to take several things to the other pantry in the kitchen, then I have something to take it down there in. And then also, I don't know if you noticed a minute ago, but I do have a clipboard up here because I need to do an inventory, and that's the very beginning of it. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to print out somebody else's worksheet, or if I'm going to just use a regular old paper. That's probably what I'll do, knowing me. So anyway, there is a rhyme or reason to this. So a lot of things we have enough to last a year. A lot of other things, I am running a little low on, so I will be having to pick that up. So that's what my pantries look like. This is a completely different day from the beginning of the video. Just so you know. This is the weekend. I have no makeup on. My hair's not done. Whatever. But that's what it really looks like in my house. And I didn't clean it up or anything. This is just how it is. But like I was saying earlier, there's so many places you can store things. And we just have to get creative. And I personally think that a pantry is, and with a stockpile, a stocked, pantry, that would include cleaning products, paper products, all of that. I think that is like the best investment because everything is just going higher. So that's just me. It's not a scare thing or anything like that. It's just the way it is right now. So it's better than money in the bank because the money in the bank is going down in value. This is going up in value. So anyway, that's what I got. So I hope that was helpful. And let me know the crazy places you have stored things. That would be great. I would love to hear them because we all live in different areas. We have different circumstances. Some people live in an apartment, some in a big house, some in a studio apartment. So I would like to hear the craziest place that you've ever stored some of your pantry items. All right, I will talk to you in the next one.